here again for the continuation of our inputs on effective online learning tips for students. This time we'll focus on tips number 4 to 8. So if you recall, in the last video, I covered for you the first 3 tips for online learning to ensure a study area that is comfortable and conducive for learning, to set higher standards for learning goals and objectives, and third, to be well organized and build an effective study plan. This time we focus on tips numbers 4 to 8. So tip number 4 is to stay focused and eliminate all distractions to learning. Number 5, to maintain open communication with your online teacher. Number 6, to actively engage with your virtual classmates. Next, to beware, be careful of technology problems. And the last one, to take breaks to refresh and renew your energy during learning. Let's take tip number 4. Tip number 4 requires our dear students to stay focused and eliminate all possible distractions to learning. You see, except noise distractions, distractions can come as well from the student's attitude. The distractions to learning are: the student is learning online but he or she feels sleepy or is actually taking a nap while learning is ongoing. Second, he or she may be tempted to surf the net, or the students may watch TV and movies while learning, and of course, maybe spending time with their phones. That's why it's very important to close gadgets not being used for learning. They may be busy with email, texting, or chatting with friends and family. And of course, maybe playing video or phone games, or spending time for hobbies, or busy with family and home chores. And of course, maybe having quality time with friends. These distractions must be avoided so our students can concentrate fully with their lessons and complete the requirements that come with the lessons with much ease. Tip number 5 requires that our dear students should maintain an open communication with their online teacher. This is necessary because you need a working relationship with your teacher to clarify when any difficulties occur. It's good to have virtual office hours where the teacher himself or herself is available for students' consultations online, and to use the mode of communication that the teacher prefers. So, the teacher should also schedule his or her availability for consultations from the students, and must let the students or the parents of our very young learners know how he or she can be contacted. Should it be by phone, by chat, by email, or other modes of communication? It would also be good if the students would be proactive to learn from feedback and coaching. If you watch our strategies for effective online teaching, we said there that one strategy of the teacher is to give two-way feedback and coaching and support to the students. Students should facilitate for this to happen. They should be proactive. They should find a way for the teachers to give them feedback and to have an open mind and a welcoming attitude for teachers' comments on needed improvements. Maintaining communication with the online teacher also requires an open student-teacher communication. And look at this. When there is open communication, it adds value to the overall teaching learning process. So once the student feels he or she is getting stuck, confused about the lesson, he should not hesitate to contact the teacher and ask the teacher's guidance or ask the teacher for needed clarifications. Clarify with the teacher immediately, and you can achieve your learning goals and maintain your good self-esteem that you are doing well in your online studies. Not only that, doing this is a way to also add value to the overall course effectiveness. Why? Because you can help the other students as well who are encountering difficulties. You can communicate with the teacher how the lessons are doing. Are they difficult? Are they effective? Or they are confusing for you? And of course, in this way, the teacher could evaluate whether his learning design is really effective and meeting the needs of his or her learners. Tip number 6 is in line with collaboration, one of the 4 C's of online learning. Students should actively engage with their virtual classmates. Collaboration is good because it sharpens your critical skills and analytical skills. You see, when we analyze the lessons just by ourselves, they may be open for some interpretations. But when we analyze and work with others, the more that it will be easier to understand concepts and difficult information. This figure shows that there are actually 4 student interactions while learning online. First is interaction with the teacher. Second, interaction with the online platform. Maybe it is Google Classroom or Zoom or Loom. And of course, interaction with other students. That's very, very important. It adds value and it makes learning more effective if we interact with the other students as well. And lastly, interaction with the textbook and the workbook. So online learning is not only mainly interaction with the teacher and the workbook or textbooks, but it is also interaction with the online platform and more so interaction with other students. That's the collaborative nature of learning online. Actively engaging with virtual classmates, therefore, can be done in the following ways. The student should participate in the online discussions. Participate actively in group work. Not to be sleepy or introverted, just keeping quiet like in a corner in the classroom while others are busy with the group work. It's good to participate actively, to add ideas to discussions, to raise questions, to clarify points in the discussions, and to relate the course material to the real world. Focus on how the learnings gained could be used in real life, in actual activities in one's life, and of course, to build smooth relations. Building smooth relations is in line with a collaborative attitude. And how can the students do this? By being careful with the online tone. In case of disagreement, to disagree with others with respect. And it would be good to communicate completely by using clear sentences to prevent any misunderstanding with other students. The 7th is to beware of technology problems. As we discussed in the introduction, computer glitches happen, gadget glitches occur. Or sometimes we lost internet signal and work has not been saved, so it is lost. And you have to encode again and prepare the project or assignments again. That shouldn't be. The student should take the necessary preventive actions to handle these possible glitches very, very well. First, they can save their work repeatedly. Not only that, they can back up their files using the cloud storage so they can go back to check some information, some learnings in the previous lessons. Google Documents and Dropbox are examples of how we can save our work outputs in the cloud storage. And the last one, to take breaks to refresh and renew one's energy. As we said, learning online is challenging. It is a little more complicated than learning in the classroom. That's why it can be stressful if we don't manage it very, very well. It is necessary for students to remember that much stress is very bad for one's health and counterproductive for learning. You cannot learn when you are stressed all the time. The good study habit, we reiterate this, is to be able to study smart. Starting with the difficult before the easy and learning on your prime time. The difficult subjects, doing the difficult activities on your prime time and the easier activities on your slow time. What are the impacts of stress to learning effectiveness? When you feel so tired and frustrated, feeling so bad with learning, you have to do something in order that you don't lose enthusiasm. If you don't check this feeling, if you don't do something to feel better, you're gonna lose your motivation to learn and your performance for learning will be very, very low. That's why it's necessary to do something, check this, or else you will end up with low mastery and very poor retention of learning. What then should be the right student attitude? When you feel tired and exhausted, take a short break to renew your energy. Maybe you can walk, or maybe you can stretch, bend a little, or stretch more in order to check your body pains or muscle pains while learning. Taking this short break is good. After that, you can go back with a fresh mind and with more motivation to learn. Changing location, taking a short or mild physical activity, or maybe take snacks, would be relaxing and would refresh, replenish your energy lost. And when you come back, you have more energy and more motivation to learn. So that's all for the 8 tips for effective online learning. Here they are once again. First, to ensure a study area that is comfortable and conducive for learning. Second, to set higher standards for learning goals and objectives. Third, to be well organized and build an effective study plan. Fourth, to stay focused and eliminate all distractions to learning. This requires good self-control and discipline. Next, to maintain open communication with your teacher. Your teacher, online teacher, is your best friend, your partner for effective learning online. And of course, to actively engage with your classmates, virtual classmates, and keep the collaborative spirit shining. To beware of technology glitches. And lastly, to take breaks as necessary to control your stress in learning and come back refreshed with renewed energy to learn more. This slide shows the references we used for this episode. And of course, what's up next? So for our next inputs, we will look into something in line with the Management and Values Development series. It is about the value, the importance of integrity at work, in business, and in life. So this is your online teacher, trainer, and friend, Dr. Rudy, saying goodbye for now. Stay safe and healthy, and God bless everyone. Thank you very much.